The main difference between CQI membership and IRCA membership can be simplified with IRCA is for auditors. So if you're an auditor sort of the majority of the time and you audit to one of the standards that we work with, because obviously we don't work with them all, there are very, very many out there, and you want to be recognised for being an auditor, then IRCA membership is for you. If you're wanting to be recognised to be just an auditor or a quality professional, then CQI membership is for you, because that covers all of the roles that fall under the umbrella of quality professional. So auditors, document controllers, quality managers, that sort of thing. If that's what you want recognition for, then CQI membership is for you. So that's the main differences between CQI membership and IRCA membership.
Great, thanks, Thomasine. So as you can see here on the left-hand side where we have associate auditor, there will be a list of different benefits available to you. So as an IRCA member, you will gain access to the IRCA register. So your name will be able to be searched on that register, as well as receiving the IRCA card. And you will also gain access to all of our learning resources. So things like our content materials, our Quality World Online. You will gain access to our development tools, so things like our mentoring platform and our CPD tracker. And you'll also gain access to all of our events, so our branch events, our special interest groups, which you can actually watch online as well. In terms of the differences between the two memberships and the benefits, a lot is similar. However, with the CQI, instead of being on the IRCA register, so the auditing register, you actually gain quality post-nominals. So for the practitioner grade, you will receive the PCQI post-nominals, which again is recognition of your quality, I was going to say quality within quality.
That's effective.
Yes, and you will also gain access to the CQI logo as well. The only other difference between the CQI and IRCA is with the Charter Quality Institute, you will gain a paper version of our magazine, which will get sent to your door as well. You will still gain access to all of the networking, development, and content tools by becoming a CQI member. So if you're trying to make the decision on which is best, think, do I want to be an auditor on the auditors list, or do I want to stand out within quality? The other thing to note is you can become a member of both, and by becoming a member of both, you will gain access to the register, the post-nominals, and those post-nominals go on the register as well. So for instance, if you become a practitioner on the register, it will say your name, and it will also say that you're a PCQI. So these are all things to think about when deciding which membership is best for you. So in terms of today's session, we'll be going through the application form and how to complete it. The criteria for IRCA membership is that you've completed an IRCA approved auditing course. Now, again, if you've just recently received our offer, you may have completed a course that isn't for an auditing course, so you wouldn't actually be able to gain access for IRCA membership. You must have completed the auditing course in order to gain access to the associate auditor. Now, this would also include the 5-day lead auditors course. We would be looking for this. If you've done the internal auditors course, we would also need the foundation for you to become an associate auditor. Now, with the CQI, we don't actually have any prerequisites on specific courses. You can join at the affiliate grade where there are no restrictions, or if you've undertaken 30 hours of formal training. So again, this could be a 5-day lead auditors course, or it could be a collection of other courses that make up 30 hours. And you've got 2 years of experience in a quality-based role, you can apply for the practitioner grade. Thomasine, anything to add on that?
Yes, in regards to the CQI practitioner and the 30 hours training, yeah, we need that total of at least 30 hours, and that can be made up of 1-day courses, but nothing shorter than a 1-day course. So if you've done a half day, 4 hours in the morning, unfortunately, we can't include that. So when we say 30 hours, we mean at least 4 days worth of 1-day courses, or 2-day course, or 3-day course, 4-day course, and so on. It's just really important that at least 1 day's duration.
Good. So for instance, if you've done a 5-day course, that would suffice. The
Very
main
much
thing
so.
to know is we count 1 day as 8 hours. So just bear that in mind. If you've done a 2-day course, 16 hours, 3-day course, 24 hours, and so forth. Now, so what I'm going to show you is how to apply for membership with the CQI and IRCA, or both. And the first thing to do is go to our website, which is quality.org. There's a join now button on the top right hand side of the screen. You will need to create an account to start off with. Now, I'm already logged in for purposes of this webinar. So if I click this, it will take me to my logged on page. But if you do click this link, it will ask you to input your name, email address, and everything else that is needed for you to create an account. Once you've created an account, it will take you to this apply for a new membership page. Now, this is your choice to choose between CQI, IRCA, or both. Now, if you are applying for both, we recommend going down the IRCA route because you're allowed to add on CQI at the end of the form. And if you've just recently completed the course as well, you will also gain access to our free application fee offer. So when applying for membership, there are 2 fees to pay. You've got a one-off membership fee charge and an annual membership fee. Now, the free promotion is on the application fee only. You'll still need to pay the annual membership fee, which will be due after assessment. You can find our fees on these top links that are available to you once you've created an account. And you can see a link to the IRCA fees and the CQI fees here. Once you've managed to choose whether or not you want to go for the CQI or IRCA, it will then ask you what grade to go for. Now, for the purposes of this webinar, we will be doing the Associate Auditor application. However, we will be mentioning how to complete each section for the practitioner grade as well. If you're applying for the affiliate grade, what you would need to do is click on that application, and it takes around 1 minute to complete. You just need to read our terms and conditions. In order to attain the promotion, you will need to email us at applications@quality.org, and we can amend and add on that application fee promotion for you. So what you want to do is click your grade. As I said, I'm just going to be clicking on the IRCA Associate Auditor application on this example because it does cover the practitioner steps. There is an initial page again with fee links available to you. Give that a quick read and click start your application. The second thing to do is click your scheme. Now, in regards to your scheme, that's the scheme that is to the course that you've just completed. Now, this isn't on the practitioner application, so if you're doing that application, don't worry about it. But if you're doing the IRCA application and you've, for instance, done a course in 14,001, 2015, or any others on this list, you would click on that scheme and then click the version that you are applying for. As such. Now, you can add another scheme. However, if you do, you will need to pay another annual membership fee charge for IRCA. So please bear that in mind if you're applying for multiple schemes and you've just completed multiple courses. If you just want to apply for one scheme, what we suggest is choosing the one where you want to promote yourself on the IRCA register. So say, for instance, I've done courses in 14,001 and 9,001, but I want to promote myself as an auditor just for 14,001. That's the application I'm going to fill in. So the first section is the training and qualifications section. Thomasine, I'm going to hand over to you on this one if you'd like to show everyone how to fill this in.
Absolutely. It's pretty straightforward, as you can see. Hit the red button. You want to add new training. And this is where you're going to be including your 5-day course. If you've done the auditor, lead auditor course, or if you've done the internal auditor, this is your 2-day course that you'll be including. First thing you're going to want to do is upload your certificate. It's even if, gosh, we sat down next to you whilst you completed the course and saw that you finished it and passed it and everything was great, we still need to see that certificate. All right, so choose the file, upload it, and then it's ready for us to see. We'll need the start date of the course, the end date, the course title. Now, Obviously, you don't have to be too technical. We know what you're talking about, but just in case that we don't, give us as much information as you can in these following sections. So course title is a must. The course summary is optional. The number of hours. If it's a 5-day lead auditor course, we're assuming at least 32 hours, if not close to 40, again, depending on whether it's an 8-hour day or so on. The training organisation, again, really important so that we can confirm that it is an IRCA approved training provider. And the course outcome. There can be only one outcome if you are applying for IRCA Associate Auditor. It has to have been a pass. Rob put incompleted, that's absolutely fine, but it really does need to be a pass. If you know your UDN or you can see it on your certificate, again, add it here, absolutely fine. And when you're ready, when you've completed all that information, save and continue.
Great, thanks, Thomasine. The main thing to know, as Thomasine mentioned, if you're applying for IRCA membership, it must be an IRCA approved course and that course must have been passed. Now, if you're receiving the offer, then it is highly likely, or it's probably 100% likely, that it is an IRCA approved course. So that's a very good tick, but it must have been passed and you must have passed the exam. If you're still waiting on your results, you can apply once you've received your results and then add on your certificate. If you're applying for the practitioner grade, everything else is the same in terms of this training and qualifications page. You just need to bear in mind that you need to hit that 30 hours worth of quality related training. So if, for instance, you've just completed a 2-day course, you will need to dig out another 14 hours in order to meet those practitioner requirements. Now, we do accept in-house training. However, there must have been some kind of examination in the end. And as Thomasine mentioned, it must be more than 1 day in length. So it could be the case that you're looking through other courses that you've done to add them. If you've done a course that, say, for instance, doesn't scream quality, but there were quality modules within it, use this course summary box to tell us exactly what you've done on the quality basis. So it could even be a degree or a diploma where you've done a quality module. So you just tell us more about that quality module as well.
In fact, if you are including a diploma or a degree, we'll want the transcripts as well. So not just the certificate that says that you've passed, and you'll have filled in the course summary, absolutely great. Even better will be the course transcript that lists all the modules, and we'll be able to see, basically it will be evidence that yes, it does have quality-based modules that we would be interested in and would help you with meeting the requirements for CQI practitioner.
Great, thanks, Thomasine. Thomasine, we've got a question here. Someone has asked, I'm applying for multiple schemes. Do I need to add on each of my certificates to the application?
Yes, nice and simple. Absolutely. For every scheme that you're applying for, you want to make sure you've met the requirements for each and every scheme. So yes, absolutely add every single applicable certificate. Yes.
Right. Thanks, Thomasine. When you've filled in that section, click mark section complete, and that will take you to the next section, which is the work experience section. So the work experience section is, in essence, your career history. Now, if you're applying for a social auditor, this isn't mandatory. We don't need to know your career history, but it does give us a little bit of an insight on what you do in your current role. So we recommend filling this in, maybe just copying and pasting from your CV. We do want you just to put in your current role at least. So if you just tell us what your start date is, your job title, your company name, your industry, and your responsibilities, then that will suffice for us on the associate grade. If you're applying for practitioner, that's when we need a little bit more information from you. So this work experience section is more for the practitioner side, for those that are looking to do dual membership. And for this, we require 2 years worth of experience in a quality-based role. Thomasine, do you want to explain exactly what we're looking for?
Absolutely. In this section, if Rob clicks on add work experience, we'll go back to, so you've added your start date, your job title, company, the industry you're in. The responsibilities here is absolutely key. This is where you tell us about the quality aspects to your role or previous roles. We want to know about your quality tasks, your quality responsibilities, your quality duties. So the emphasis here is what makes what you do quality, as opposed to just a simple managerial position or just something else, or engineering or whatever. We want to know what makes what you do quality. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it does have to be succinct and very explanatory. We need to know. All right, so think job description when adding that sort of information rather than CV. So we want to know the nitty-gritty.
Great, thank you. So we get a lot of people join us for the CQI who don't necessarily have quality in their job title, but they do a quality-based role. So this is something that we would accept, and that's the chance to tell us in that responsibility section. So just bear in mind, if it says compliance, NHS work, we have people in construction, engineering, architects,
office managers. This is where you have to tell us what it is about that role that still makes it quality. So yeah, be specific, be detailed, and write that list.
Great. The other thing just to know is in terms of that work experience, we need 2 years worth to meet those practitioner requirements. So if your current role, for instance, you've only been in there for about 6 months, make sure you tell us what your previous roles were to make up that 2 years worth of experience. So please give us, or please make sure it is 2 years in length. If you're applying for associate, please know that that doesn't matter. We don't need you to put those 2 years in. It's only if you're applying for practitioner or for dual membership, i.e. IRCA and practitioner. So we're almost at the end of the form, which is good. The last section is the CPD section. So we call it the continuing professional development section. So this is all about your objectives for the future. So what are your career goals in terms of what you're looking to do and what you're looking to gain out of membership. So we work on a plan, do, check, act cycle. And all you actually have to fill in on this section is the plan section, i.e. what are you looking to do? Now we make it as easy as possible for you, and we're looking for 3 objectives for you to fill in. Now, the good news is if you click Add New CPD Objective, it will give you a list of objectives that you can use if you wish to do so, and might even give you some inspiration to think of your own. So, for instance, we've got regrade to another IRCA grade. So in terms of the IRCA system, if you're looking to become a lead auditor later on down the line, you could have that as a CPD objective. We've got other ones, i.e. looking for gain audit experience. So it could be that you're new to the field, or it could be improving your leadership skills because you've been auditing for a while and you're looking to become someone who leads other auditors. It could also be someone who has been auditing for many years and they wish to give back to the community. So you could be looking to potentially become a mentor in order to have that as a CPD objective. So it could be given back to the community. Thomasine, do you want to just go over a few more while I fill in the CPD section?
Absolutely. If you'll notice right at the bottom, it says create your own activities. That's where you've got the opportunity. If what you're planning on doing isn't on our list, use that particular section and you can fit it in. What we want with this, as Rob said, is what are your career goals, or just simply what are you doing? What are you planning on doing to help you be a better quality professional? We all know, being a quality professional, that improvement and continual improvement is important. So what are you doing to improve yourself? What are you doing to be the best quality professional, or what are you planning on doing to be the best quality professional that you can be? That's what we want to know. We need just 3. If you've got more, absolutely use this opportunity and put down more. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, we just want to know what you're planning on doing. We need at least 3 of them. They've got to either start or conclude within your first year of membership. So essentially you got, as long as the start date is between now and 2024, July 24th, God, I really had to think about that. You're absolutely fine. Or if it's something you're already doing, you're already planning on doing, then as long as you plan to conclude within the next 12 months, you're absolutely fine.
Great. So the main thing to note there is that we need 3 CPD objectives and they must be in the future. So you select your objective, you click your date. So for instance, I'm planning on potentially starting this in November, and I think it's going to take me till the end of the year to complete. I'm going to create that CPD objective activity, and then the first 4 boxes are actually auto-populated for you, and they're the only ones that we need filled in. So you'll see that start date, the end date, the objective in there, and then the activities on what you could do. For instance, it could be joining the mentoring scheme for improving and developing my leadership skills to speak to a leader, or I've got my own activity and I'm going to add that in there as well. Once you've filled in those boxes, if you click Save and Close, and then once you're looking to recertify your membership in the future, you can then look back at these objectives and let us know what you've completed. But at the moment, you don't need to worry about that in terms of your application. I should have stated at the beginning that if you're applying for practitioner, you do not need to fill in this section. However, it is actually quite handy to know how to fill in this section, because if you're looking to regrade to our chartered level later on in the future, then you will need to fill in some CPD objectives for that. Once you've actually filled in all that information, if you click Mark Section Complete, it will take you to our declaration page. So this is our terms and conditions. Please give our code of conduct a read. And then once you've ticked the boxes and signed your name, I've just put my initials in there, you'll be taken to the last page, which is the course summary. That's just a quick summary of your application. And if you click Proceed to Payment, that will take you to the dual membership offering. So this is the chance for you to add on a practitioner application if you wish to do so. So I want to become a dual member and add on CQI membership. And then I'm at the cart page. So what will happen now is I've got my promotional code, which I'm going to fill in. Oh, that actually worked. I had it copied from the beginning of the webinar. I'm going to click Apply. And as you can see, it zeroed it off for me. So now all I need to do is click Submit Order, and that will allow that application to go over to my team, who will do the assessment. Now, the assessment takes around 10 working days to complete at maximum. You could even get your offers the very next day, depending on the quality of our application and how many applications that we're getting through that day. Just some things to note is that if we need more information from you, my team will ask it via email, so please be aware of that. Once you've updated any information for my team, if that was required, please email us back, and then we can continue on processing your application. Once the offer has gone out to you, that's when the membership fees are due. And then once you pay the membership fees take around 24 to 48 hours. We say around 1 to 2 business days, as they won't process over the weekend. So 1 to 2 business days to process. Once it's processed, you'll have access to all of the benefits online, as well as your name being on the register if you've joined IRCA, or those post-nominals and logo if you're joining the CQI, or both if you've joined both. Thomasine, anything else to add?
I actually can't think of anything. Beyond, if you have any questions about your application, absolutely email us. You can call. We're happy to call you, regardless of where you are in the world. Rob's just put up our contact details. So our email address that will come through to Rob and myself is applications@quality.org. Very straightforward. If you'd like a call, email and ask for a call. It is entirely possible. If you would like to simply just call us directly, absolutely dial the number that's on the screen, that was on the screen.
It is on the screen.
We're option one, because of course we're right at the beginning.
Great, thanks, Thomasine. Actually, I forgot to mention that, so I'm glad that you brought that to our attention. So just let you know, we're open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on a Friday. Please know it is UK hours that we're open. We're always happy to help. We normally get back to emails within 1 business day. So if you're worried about emailing us and not getting a reply, we do reply fairly quickly on those emails. One thing that I do want to add that is probably worth noting is the promotional code. So this promotional code at the moment that is on screen is probably going to be invalid by the time you watch this recording. So if you don't have the promotional code and you've just completed the course, please email us and we'll send you the details and terms and conditions and the code to you. You will need to press apply. Please make sure there are no spaces at the end of the code. Otherwise, it won't work. So please delete any spaces. Once you've applied it and it says 100% has been applied, please click submit order for it to be processed over to us. I thought I would add that on, Thomasine, as I can see people typing in that code.
I think the key takeaway here is if you've got any questions, absolutely email us and we'll do our best to answer them.